Hello and welcome to the Friday Show with CJ Werleman, presented by Inside Arabia. I'm your host, CJ Werleman. Thank you for joining us here today and every Friday for a breakdown of some of Inside Arabia's coverage and analysis on the MENA region. And make sure to subscribe to this channel so you never miss a single episode. Our coverage this Friday examines the potential risk of China's brain control weapons falling into the hands of the UAE, Iraq's sudden shift away from Iran and towards the Arab Gulf, and the recent passing of celebrated Egyptian writer Sayyid al-Qemany. Now let's get started. We begin with my most recent article for Inside Arabia, in which I reveal how the Emirati government has become bedazzled by China's eminence as the world's ultimate high-tech totalitarian state, having tested and perfected all kinds of repressive surveillance and control technologies on the Uyghur Muslim population in Xinjiang. Needless to say, Emirati rulers are eager to get their hands on anything that can help them maintain a firm grip on power, while also helping their efforts to expand their colonial exploits in the Middle East and North Africa. This is a truly terrifying prospect, because in China we are talking about a regime that is bound by no ethical or moral constraints in developing and deploying repressive technologies, including and not limited to brain control weaponry, a term used by Chinese government officials to describe any tool that interferes with a person's ability to control his or her thoughts and movements during combat. Last year, US Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo said China is using these technologies to pursue control over its people, while another official accused the Asian superpower of using emerging technologies to develop future military applications, including gene editing, human performance enhancement, and brain-machine interfaces. Were these kinds of tools to fall into the lap of the Emirati government, a regime that on a per capita basis has jailed more political prisoners than just about any on the planet, then we have on our hands the next looming human rights apocalypse in the Middle East. It's little wonder why the UAE views China as its big brother for big brother surveillance technologies. We move on now to Jonathan Fenton-Harvey's analysis on how shifting political and economic winds have created an opportunity for Arab Gulf states to provide Iraq with desperately needed economic assistance and investment, which would help pull the long-suffering Arab country out of Tehran's hegemonic orbit. Now, as Fenton-Harvey observes, there are two key factors driving what some are calling a stunning geopolitical reversal. First and foremost, Iran's recent announcement that it would stop supplying gas and electricity to Iraq because of limitations on its output capabilities. And secondly, the growing opposition to Iranian influence from ordinary Iraqis who have grown tired of Iranian militias dominating the country. Together, these factors have opened the door for Saudi, Qatari, and Emirati investments, particularly those related to alleviating Iraq's decades-long energy crisis. Finally, today we look to Sami Moubayed's commentary on Egyptian writer Sayyid al-Qemany, who passed away at age 74 in Cairo last month. In the eyes of his supporters, al-Qemany was a brave reformer and scholar, but from the standpoint of his critics, his challenges to traditional interpretations of Islamic history and the Quran made him a heretic. His seminal book, The Prophet Abraham and the Unknown History, was published in 1990. It recounts the history of Abraham and other prophets, but he does so from a secular perspective, which made him the target of fundamentalist groups throughout the region. When al-Qemany released Wars on the Prophet State, 3 years later, in which he emphasized Prophet Muhammad's political ambitions while downplaying his religious legacy, he was widely accused of blasphemy and heresy, and of being an operative for the CIA. Controversy and death threats followed him throughout his remaining years, but he will be remembered by his supporters for advocating secularism during a tumultuous time in the Middle East. You can find all 3 of these articles and more on InsideArabia.com. And make sure to follow Inside Arabia on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. That's my time for today. This has been the Friday Show with CJ Werleman. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week, same day and same channel.